Good morning. Irrigation. Every morning. It's just constant. It's going to rain today. We're going to be done later today, but we're going to keep it running. At least one more pull here. So it should be done in about 10 minutes. We're going to get this one started, and then we go spray. It might get windy on us. I didn't factor that in yesterday, that it might get windy today. So we're going to do as much as we can, but if it gets too windy, we're going to have to shut it down and wait until after the storm system passes. So we'll see. My timing was off here. We got almost 100 feet to go. I should have checked the Farm HQ website. I didn't even look at it this morning. I just went by what time it was supposed to be done. Are we running slow? We're running slow. It slowed down overnight. Sometimes this handle will adjust on its own. All right, well, I guess I'm gonna go get the sprayer and stuff ready. It's gonna be an hour, so I'm not gonna sit here for an hour. That leaking is really becoming a problem. Like, I didn't usually worry about it a little bit there, but I put a new seal in that the last time we ran, not this summer, but the last summer that we ran this, and that was the first time I'd ever replaced it. I can't imagine that that seal is bad, but clearly it is not working very good. I don't know what to do about it. I was really hoping to get one more pull in today, because it will finish that lane where we're at, and we can pull the tractor up to the next one here. But that hour may be the difference between that happening and it not, because we gotta get the sprayer moving, and if I go load the sprayer up, time to go, we might just come up here and shut the generator down and be done with it when it's done, and hope that it rains today, and then we'll see what happens and come back when we need to irrigate again and keep going. I don't know. We'll look at the weather forecast and see what it says, what time it's supposed to start raining. Okay, we got the sprayer loaded up. We were putting fuel on because we're gonna need fuel. This is a long trip that we're making here. Dad was getting the tender truck fired up and bringing that around so we can get it loaded up. Dad's gonna bring that down to Berkey, our tender semi that's back there. I think we've got enough water down there, but I'm not 100% sure. And we got to get the shuttle with the chemicals on it down there anyway. And we like to store that tender trailer in Berkey, and we are done with it at this point. So thought, well, why don't we just take it and we'll load up the shuttle and some water, and we can leave it down there when we're done. We ran out of water. We're gonna fill the front tank and got our shuttles on there, and this is good to go. Okay, now according to my monitoring system, Farm HQ, the Traveler will be done in 8 minutes. So we're gonna go up there and shut her down. Feel like I should water again, make another pull, but I also kind of feel like, well, if there's rain coming tonight, what's the point in putting this water on now? It'll make it 12 hours. So I'm not going to start it up. I'll probably make it not rain and we'll start it back up again. But I looked at the weather forecast and there is rain the next 3 days. 60-70% chances of rain the next 3 days. So chances of us getting some rain are pretty high. And we'll just see what it is. So we're going to shut her down and get to spraying. So as I was driving back here, I watched the water shut off from our Farm HQ system. So I just shut the generator down. I've gotten the question a lot of times of whether we couldn't remotely shut the generator down. I am sure that it is possible. This generator doesn't have a convenient spot for a remote start or a remote sense like one of our other generators does. So it would take a little bit of wiring in the ignition side of stuff. That Farm HQ box that is on the pump itself, I don't think you could use the same one, but I think you could use another one and put it on the generator to shut that down. Now here's the problem, right? I don't ever want to shut the generator down under load. So we're never going to shut the generator off to shut the pump off. because when that generator is kind of coasting to a stop or winding down, the voltage drops, and that's how you burn up electric motors, by running them under low voltage, under load. And so, plus it's hard on the engines, because that thing does work. It is running sort of warm sometimes, and you want to let the engine cool down under no load, or you know, without having all that draw on it. And so I'm sure that there's a way to take one of those boxes and wire in a relay and a timer delay and have it shut the generator off 2 minutes after it shuts the pump off, kind of thing. But it's not worth figuring all that out. I mean, the amount of fuel that the generator burns in the 10 minutes or whatever that it takes me to get to it to shut it off is negligible. And yeah, so I don't worry about that, but I suppose that it would probably be possible. All right, so we are spraying this field of beans, and this field happens to have a giant muck hole, which this yellow edge is kind of the edge of it, and then for some reason down at the bottom they're green. But this is where we would spray our manganese, and it appears we need to give it a shot of manganese. So that'll happen, but not right now, because we've got to get the fungicide done first. So yeah. So all of that low ground there is this muck, and I really hate driving the sprayer through it because it can be really soft, but we've got to get out to the road here, so we're gonna take a shot. And sometimes you just start rocking and the engine starts bogging down like that. Go baby go! Go baby go! We're gonna make it, but yeah, sketchy. I don't know how well you guys could hear the engine sounds or tell how just pucker factor that pass was there, but it's scary going in there with this big heavy sprayer. This is why we bought that Century sprayer, that pull type one that we used behind the 7520. We haven't used it much this year. We might have to break it out to do that manganese that we need to spray out there. And there's some ragweeds coming in spots, because that's the other thing that muck does. So when I say muck, it's a super high organic matter soil. Some of the organic matters are up to 20-25% in this area. It's very black. There's pieces of wood and broken up plants and stuff that are in the dirt and the soil. It's spongy, it's soft, it's just a challenge to farm, and it doesn't raise great beans, but it does raise pretty good corn usually. The problem is that the fields that we have it in, they're just little pockets like that, and then you come up out of it and you're in the crappiest clay ground that we've got, and it's just totally different soil. So we've got some corn across the road over here. That is all muck over there. It's just in this general area along this road that we've got some of this muck, and it was basically a formation from the glaciers. At least this is what my dad tells me, and I believe him. But when the glaciers were retreating a few thousand years ago, giant chunks of ice would break off of the glacier and fall down into the dirt, and it would create a depression and a big hole. And then as that ice melted, it created a little swamp or a bog, marshy area that was wet, had a lot of plant life, organic life living in there. And then as it has dried up, you have all that organic matter that is left in those areas, and that's what formed our soils there in those pockets. So anyway, all right, we are done with what we needed to do in that field. I wasn't really planning on spraying much out there. The only reason we were there is because the other field that we're going to right now is only 70 acres, and we have 80-acre tank loads. So I needed to get some off in order to be empty when we're done with this other field. So we can spray about 60 acres from here, and maybe a little bit more. So we'll go and do this other field, and then we'll be empty, and then we head to Berkey. Just cruising down the road here next to one of my cornfields. This ticks me off. See that? That wasn't there 2 days ago. Somebody decided to go joyriding through our cornfield. And not just a little bit, like they made several circles out there. That is intentional and deliberate and just, That's our field. This one over here is the neighbor's. It would appear that they did theirs too, right there. Went way farther out into that field. What a jerk. That is just totally unacceptable. What do you makes you think that's okay? Where did they even come out of this field at? Way up here. I mean, they drove through a lot of that corn. Unacceptable. That's terrible. Yesterday I told you one of the fields that we were in was our worst beans. I was wrong. These are by far our worst beans. I should have thought about that and remembered it, but this is the field where we did a little bit of replant really late. I didn't really show a whole lot of that. Phil did it, but none of the replant beans grew because that was all replanted and there are no beans there. So yeah, there's another pocket replanted, nothing grew. There are lots of those. Basically, the replant was worthless. So where we have these big drowned out pockets, obviously there's no reason to put fungicide on them, so I'm kind of shutting off the boom sections. You can see it there. There's buttons on my keyboard here that allow me to turn them kind of on and off one at a time. Or there's switches over there that I could use. But yeah, we're trying to save some money by not putting it where we don't need it. So, and aside from all of these pockets that have no beans in them, you can see there's some giant thin spots that, yeah, these are not good beans. Bummer. This farm's wet. It needs tile. It needs a lot of work. Well, we got empty. Well, we covered more of the field than I thought we would because we had to shut it off around so many wet holes. But let's get out of here. Let's get to Berkey, and we'll see what the wind's like when we get down there. We'll go from there. We made it. So we're getting this first load loaded up. It's not too breezy to spray yet, but I don't know. We got 3 loads to do. Hopefully we can get them done. So we're gonna get this empty, and then we'll be done with this trailer. So we're gonna park it in the barn over there. Dad's got everything opened up, ready to go. There goes the deer. A buck there. Still chasing them. They're both bucks. The one's just a lot bigger than the other. Well, when you get out in the field and you start spraying, you can tell just how breezy it is. And while it's not horrible, we're probably within the labeled wind speed limits. In this field's not a big deal because we're in a big open field with an east wind. It's blowing out into the field. I don't think we're going to do any more. I don't know. I'll see what Dad thinks. But it's, I don't know. It's just a touch breezy for what I would like. You can see the beans blowing in the wind in front of me. Got some grass coming in these beans. Man, we really screwed up our beans this year. I don't know. These don't look terrible, but they're not great. They're more even than the last field that we were in. They're just behind. That wet spring killed us because these were planted late. We no-tilled them because the stalks were too wet to ever do anything with. They were too wet to disc last fall. They never dried out enough this spring to get in on them. Just, killed us. Usually 60 bushel beans are a given down here at Berkey. These are going to struggle to make it to 60 bushel. Well, a quick consultation with Dad, and we kind of agree it's a little windy. So that field we were in was the safe one where a little bit of drift isn't going to hurt anything because it's going to drift on our own beans. The rest of the fields are all more houses and other stuff around that we don't want to have that. So checking our weather station here. Yeah, we might need to check our anemometer on there. It says 4 or 5, 10-minute average at 4, but it feels windier than that. Just watching stuff blow in the breeze. All right, so Dad got our truck trailer unhooked. We got stuff down here. We're just gonna leave the sprayer. We're done with it back at Waldron, so we're gonna take this truck home. We're hooked back up to the grain trailer for fall, and we'll come finish spraying when we can. Looks like Friday is probably our day, so we got 2 loads to do. Okay, we made it back. Got the truck put in the barn there. It's windier here now than when we left by a lot. Come on, rain. Come on. I'm gonna go home and eat lunch. It's lunchtime. Oh, I got back from lunch. I don't know, 45 minutes ago or so. I've been in the office working on some stuff and just walked outside. It got hot and humid and muggy out. Perfect weather for blowing up a line of storms. Because it's going to rain today. Right? Right. Anyway, can't spray. Irrigation shut off. Although maybe I should be starting that back up. I don't know. We're going to go play in the dirt. I'm getting better here. I'm getting better. We got 2 full pans. I'm not getting a very smooth cut, but we're getting full cuts. Almost full cuts. That's good. If you missed the video a couple days ago where we were getting these out, I am hauling some topsoil that we have stockpiled back here over to my yard to use for topping the crappy dirt that I have and for fill around leach bed and just, yeah, to make it nice so we can get some grass growing. That's the goal. Oh, we are getting the hang of it. That is a lot of dirt to haul at one time. We need to get the mower and mow all of these weeds so that I have better areas to scoop from and to turn around in and stuff. And also, I should grab a GoPro so that I can actually film this, because it's too hard to use 2 hands to drive when I'm holding a camera. Trying to show you how we load. Start with the gates up, put the first pan down. Don't have it down very far, so we're not loading very fast. There we go. Oh, now we're gonna bite in because we're on a hill. We'll start lifting it up, lift it up, lift it up. Keep filling, keep filling, keep filling. And drop the gate, lift it up, lift it up, lift it up, lift it up. Okay. So there we got the front one full. Now we're out of room, so we're gonna spin around and then we'll fill the back one heading back towards the lane. We're gonna try and scalp off this little ridge right here in the middle. So we're gonna drive right over top of it. We've got our gate up on the back pan and drop it. There we're starting to pull. You can't see it, so you just kind of wait till you see dirt piling up. Or you stop moving and then you start feathering it up. There we go. Keep filling, keep filling, keep filling. Adjusting the depth a little bit as necessary. Keep filling. And we're not moving much. Drop the gate, lift it up. Oh yeah, we got that one real full. Look at that, beautiful. Hit the diff lock, or the brake to take the diff lock off. Haul it over there. I'll try and show you how we dump it in too. Okay, well, this is gonna be a long process. I'm gonna need somebody with better equipment and knowledge than I have to do a good job at it, but essentially I'm stockpiling dirt because all of this sand has to get covered up. And I want to feather the sides out a lot more. I need a bunch on the other side, but I can't really get in there very good. So I don't know about that. I've got a catch basin there that we can't cover, but we need to kind of grade to so that the water drains to it. And all of that dirt up there, it's the clay, needs to get a layer of black dirt on it. So we're coming in here, we lift up our gate on our front pan, start letting the dirt pour out slowly. We cannot run over this little trench right here because that's where my pipe going to the leach field is. So we're just kind of skirting the side of it. Keep dumping, get the front one empty. And then we start opening the gate up on the back one and letting that dirt out. Just driving real slow, letting it spill out, try and level off a little bit. So I've got a neighbor that has a skid steer. My intent is to have him come. He does grading and landscaping type stuff. And, my intent is to have him come and help me grade all of this off and level it. I mean, my septic tank's sticking way up there, set way too high. but we're gonna have to put dirt in to bury that and level it. So that's why we need a bunch of fill dirt. And around we go, and coating the front of the yard as well. So yeah, this is gonna take a little while, long project. We're gonna do a little bit at a time. Well, I jumped in the mower to mow up there where I was moving dirt, and now we're mowing down cattails and willow trees because it's dry for today. It might not be tomorrow. So if we're gonna get these, we're gonna do it now. Whoa! There's a mound of dirt there. This isn't real smooth out here. Whoa, yeah, there's a big mound of dirt. Yeah. Not good on the mower. Well, that's better. We got all this mowed down. There's a chance that I might want to steal some dirt out of here, so that's why I wanted to get it mowed down way back here too. I knew it was coming. Getting too bold. I knew it. Dang it. We're stuck. See, my trick is to always back in so that you can tell if it gets wet, and then you can pull out before your tractor tires get to it. Yeah, that didn't work out so well for me there. Now, this side's not so bad. Dang. We were close. I knew when I had gotten to the spot where I didn't want to come from the other side, and then I backed through. I'm like, this is probably not a good idea. Also, there's this, right next to where I'm standing. So, that is our main tile outlet that drains like everything from my house, and that whole area comes through that tile. Like the tile that drains the footer to my house comes out right there. You can tell we're dry because, well, there's nothing coming out there. So we're gonna have to go get a tractor or something. Definitely a tractor. Bummer. It's been a long time since I got stuck with a mowing tractor. I've done it before. I used to have been fairly often, actually, once or twice a year. I think it's been 2 or 3 years since I've got a mowing tractor stuck. Oh well, it happens. Not a big deal. We've got the 8R in the back of the shop that's unhooked. Nothing. We'll just throw a chain or a strap on there and pop that out of there. It won't take much. Well, there's nobody around the farm that can help me right now, which makes this a little bit more difficult. It's nice to have a driver in each tractor when you're unstucking something that's stuck. But we'll make it. We'll just put the 40x40 in neutral and drag it forward till it's on solid ground. I think we need to pull it about 10 feet and then we'll be fine. The bright side of nobody being around to help me is nobody has to know about this, right? So you guys don't tell anybody. Okay, we've got a non-kinetic energy strap that we're going to use here. These kinetic energy ropes seem to be a bad idea for unstucking stuck equipment. To me, we're going to put this in the between C and D where it says to tow it, and we're going to leave it in neutral, idling. Give her a little tug. IVTs, made for running grain cart and pull tractors. Pull, not pulling, pull, like stuck, unstuck, pull, so you can nice and slow, and you get what I'm saying. Anyway, we're going to stretch our rope tight. We've got our other tractor in neutral, and it should pop right out of there. With any luck for you guys, the front axle will fall off, and this will make a real good video. I would be pretty upset if that happens. Here we go. It's moving, it's moving, it's moving. Oh, we're good. We didn't even pull the front axle off. And we're probably unstuck to the point where we don't need to be pulling anymore, but we'll go a little farther just for good measure. Get the mower through it, and then we'll go get in the tractor and drive it forward rather than backing this one up so that we don't roll where we don't want it to roll. Whoa, we gotta put the brakes on now. All right, we got it. I'm sure we can get those weeds now. We'll just, yeah. Now we'll call that good. It's just a real little hole. Oh well, no big deal. If we had 4-wheel drive, we wouldn't have gotten stuck. Darn 4440s in there, no front wheel assist. Oh well. All right, we gotta take the 8R back up and put it away, and then walk back here and get our other tractor. Maybe I should just put this tractor on the mower. It won't get stuck. The air conditioning works a whole lot better. Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay, we made it back. Now we've got to drive around enough to get the mud off the tires. I got just a little bit more to mow over here, but I was about done with this stuff anyway. We have an old chisel plow buried in there. There's talk of dragging it out. We might need it. It's an old Sunflower 15 shanks, what we used before we got our disc ripper, but decided not to trade it or sell it because it wasn't worth much, if anything. And now we don't use it, so it sits there in the weeds. That's not real productive either, but that's what it is. The rain is building. Is it gonna make it? Is a line gonna form here? I sure hope so. It looks promising. Stuff's popping. It's gonna be a couple hours yet. We're over here. Dad hasn't made any progress on fixing that little scraper yet. He's counting on it raining tonight and needing a rainy day project tomorrow, I think. So anyway, we're gonna run back, see how he's doing over there. The guys were baling straw yesterday, I see. I want to see how they're making progress on getting the rest of the straw baled off of our fields. Well, he's getting a little waterway cut in here, or he did before his fan broke. He's been working with the backhoe along this woods over here, cleaning up the edge, peeling the trees back a little bit. Had to pole saw out, cutting some branches down, just trying to clean it up. We're going to try and get the water off of this side of those trees. And yeah. Looks like he's digging a tree out. Well, maybe, I don't know. We're going to take those two on the corner out. Got a nice little ditch dug along there. That'll be nice. Keep the water from pouring out of the woods into the field, and keep the tree roots from growing out into the field. Cool. Oh, and the straw's all gone from out here. Okay, well that answers this field's question. They had one other field that we had straw left in. Let's go see how they're doing there. Well, still got windrows out here. So this is the only field they've got left to bale straw off of. We're not really in a big hurry. I mean, it'd be nice to get the chicken litter spread and stuff, but we can't do all the chicken litter because we're going to tile in the one field and they don't want it spread before we tile. So, yeah, these guys will get to it. They got probably, I don't know, 50 acres or so of straw out here yet. They'll have to rake it and let it dry out and then bale it. And might as well wait for the rain now and wait for it to dry up again the next window. They did a good job, got a lot done in the last week here. Fields that we needed to get the straw off of, and they've done it, so appreciate that. Alright guys, I've had enough for today, so I'm going to go pick some sweet corn. We're starting to get a fair bit of sweet corn out of the patch. The first stuff is ready, and the second planting is starting to be ready too. So, and we're going to sit and watch it rain here in a few hours. It's starting. It's definitely darker to the northwest. So, thanks for watching today. Hit that like and subscribe button. I have no idea what's going on tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday. If it rains, maybe we'll be in the shop doing stuff. Maybe I don't know. We'll probably make a video. We might not make a video. I don't know. But we will see you when we see you. Thanks for watching. Hit that like and subscribe button. Questions and comments, leave them down below or wherever your comment section is. I have no idea. We'll see you. I told you it was going to rain. Told you. It's raining. Now hopefully it amounts to something. You want to say hi, Sissy?
Hi. Hi, Phil.
You guys say hi? We haven't seen the baby for a while. She's a little cranky at the moment, but doing well.